need to get my money.
Yes.
Oh, that's why. Stupid thing. What are you doing? I'm gonna signal to her with my phone. Okay, I can't even see you. Shut up. Coming in. Sounds like a Muppet theme song. It does. No problem.
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me to just remember that not all the people in this world have had the advantages that you've had. He didn't say anymore, but we've always been unusually communicative in a reserved sort of way, and I understood it meant a great deal more than that. Gatsby, the man who gives his name to this story, represented everything for which I had an unaffected scorn. But if personality is an unbroken series of successful gestures, then there was something gorgeous about him. Some heightened sensitivity to the promises of life, an extraordinary gift for hope, a romantic readiness such as I have never found in any other person, and which is not likely I shall ever find again.
Queens. Hard to imagine anyone chooses to live like this.
It's awful.
It does her good to get away.
Doesn't her husband object?
Wilson. That man is so dumb he barely knows he's alive. He thinks she goes into town to see her sister.
Most of these fellas will cheat you every time. I had a woman up here to look at my feet last week, and when she gave me the bill, you would have thought she took my appendicitis.
I like your dress. I think it's adorable.
Oh, it's just a crazy old thing I throw on sometimes when I don't care what I look like.
But it looks wonderful on you. Doesn't she look wonderful in that dress, Nick?
Oh, wonderful.
Do you like the apartment, Mr. Carraway?
It's, nice.
Oh, Tom got it for me, didn't you, Tom?
I'm tired of dancing. Nick, drink with me.
I really need to get home now and go study.
There's time for making money later. Come on, drink 'em.
If Chester could only get you in that pose, Myrtle, I think you'd really make something of it, couldn't you, Chester?
I'm in the artistic gang.
Really?
You should see his work. Chester has photographed me 127 times, haven't you, Chester?
129.
Come on, dance with me, Mr. Caraway.
I would love to change the light. I like to bring out the modeling of your features, that profile, and I try to grab a hold of all the back hair.
I don't even think of changing the light. I think it's...
Shh.
Myrtle, stop shaking your ass. Go and get some more ice and mineral water before all these people here go to sleep.
I told that boy about the ice. These people, you have to keep after them all the time.
I've done some nice things out on Long Island. 2 of them are framed downstairs.
To what?
2 studies. One I call Montauk Point, the Gardens. The other I call Montauk Point, the Sea.
Where the hell is she?
Do you live down on Long Island, too?
Oh, I live in West area.
Really?
Would we know your place?
No, it's just a small, teensy summer rental.
We were down there at a party about a month ago.
At a man named Gatsby.
You know him?
I live right next door to him.
Oh, really? Well, they say he's a nephew or a cousin of Kaiser Wilhelm's. Or was it von Hindenburg? Anyway, I'm scared of him. I'd hate to have him get anything on me.
Somebody told me they thought he killed a man once.
Oh, I don't think it's so much that. It was more than he was a German spy during the war. I heard that from a man at the party. He knew all about it, grew up with him in Germany.
Well, that's not right, because he's on the American side during the war. You look at him sometimes when he thinks nobody's looking at him. I'll bet he killed a man once.
They say he doesn't even live in that house, but there's other boat that lives secretly up and down Long Island shore. Chester, I think you could do something with him.
Oh, Tom, stop it. You'll make me spill everything.
Neither of them can stand the person they're married to.
Can't live?
Can't stand them. What I say is, why go on living with each other if they can't stand them?
If I was them, I'd get a divorce and get married to each other right away.
She doesn't like Wilson either.
You try being married to a stupid and visionless bastard that smells like grease.
You see,
First chance they get, they're going out west.
it's really his wife that's keeping them apart. She's a Catholic and they don't believe in divorce.
You leave Daisy out of this.
Daisy's not Catholic.
She really ought to get away from her husband anyway. They've been living over that garage for 11 years and Tom's the first thing he showed her.
It was on the 2 little seats facing each other that are always the ones left on the train. I was going to New York to see my sister and spend the night. He had on a dress suit and patent leather shoes, and I could hardly keep my eyes off of him. Every time he caught me looking at them, I turned to be looking at the advertisement above his head.
What the hell are you doing?
What?
Get over here.
Shut up. I'm telling a story. Anyways, when we pulled into the taxi, his white shirt front pressed against my arm, and I told him I had to call the police, and oh, but he knew I lied. When we got into the taxi, I didn't hardly know I was getting into a subway train. Well, all I kept thinking over and over was, you can't live forever. You can't live forever.
That's enough, Myrtle.
Oh, the great man speaks.
That's enough booze for one afternoon.
Get your hands off of me! And where's that dog you promised me? Mrs. McKee, I'm going to give you this dress as soon as I'm through with it. I have to get a new one tomorrow. I have to make a list of all the things I have to get tomorrow, like a massage and a wig and one of those cute little ashtrays from Touch of Spring. And a big wreath with a big black silk bow on it from Mother's grave that I lost all summer. I have to make a list and write it all down.
I really should get going home now.
No, stay. Yes, stay.
You live right downstairs. I could show you my portfolio.
No, please. I've been drunk just, what is it now? Twice. Only twice in my life. And today, the second time. Today, right now, is the afternoon. And I don't think that, Daisy would find it very admirable.
Daisy. Everybody talks about her like she's so goddamn safe.
Shut up, Myrtle!
Don't tell me to shut up. I'll say anything I like.
I told you about using her name.
Daisy.
I mean it. Come on, everyone.
Myrtle, let it go.
I'll say it whenever I like. Daisy. You bastard! You son of a bitch bastard!
I don't know how they pulled that one out. Oh, it's easy. You slap and then you snap your leg at the same time. It's easy to do it backwards.
Oh my goodness.
Oddly, I began to like you. And all the while, men and women came and went through my neighbor's blue garden, on the whisperings and the champagne and the stars. And then early one Saturday morning, the chauffeur crossed my lawn with a surprisingly formal note. The honor would be Gatsby's, it said, if I would attend his little party that evening.
Your face is familiar. Weren't you in the 3rd Division during the war?
Yes, how did you... I was in the 9th Machine Gun Battalion.
I thought so. I was in the 7th Infantry until June 1918. Is it
The war? Yes, I'd say I miss it so much. It made going home rather dull.
I know what you mean. I doubt many people here have any idea what it's like being in the trenches.
It's not something you forget.
No, it's not. Where are you from?
Oh, St. Paul. Excuse me, Minneapolis.
I know them well. Listen, I just bought one of these new hydroplanes. I thought I'd try it out in the morning. I want to go with Millsport, just near the shore of the Sound.
Well, what time?
Anytime that suits you best.
Yes, I like that. I like that very much. By the way, I'm Nick Campbell.
What?
Oh, hello, Jordan.
I thought you might be here. I remember you lived next door, having fun.
Yes, it's an unusual party for me, though. See, I've been here for hours, and I haven't even met the host. See, this man Gatsby sent over his chauffeur this morning with an invitation.
I am Gatsby.
I beg your pardon.
I thought you knew old sport. I'm afraid I'm not a very good host.
Sorry to interrupt, but there's a call from Detroit.
Tell him I'll call him later.
That may not be such a good idea.
If you need anything, old sport, just ask for it. If you'll excuse me, I'll rejoin both of you later. I said a small town liar. He's no use to us if Detroit is his idea of a small town.
I always imagined Gatsby as a fat, extravagant, middle-aged... Who is he anyhow?
He's just a man named Gatsby.
Well, where is he from?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Men don't just come suddenly out of nowhere and buy a palace on Long Island.
Well, Gatsby did.
He has to have some sort of past.
He told me once he was an Oxford man. However, I don't believe it.
Well, why not?
I don't know. I just don't think he went there.
I've heard the wildest rumors about him.
That he killed someone.
Yes.
That he's a German spy.
Yes.
That he runs an underground pipeline from Canada.
He does?
Anyhow, he gives large parties. And I like large parties. They're so intimate. At small parties, there isn't any privacy. You having a good time?
I'm having a good time with you.
Dance with me?
Uh-huh.
You know, Daisy's very taken with you. She hasn't stopped talking about flinging us together.
What you be happy about tonight?
Are you in love with her?
Isn't everyone?
Yes. If I tell you a secret, do you promise to do something about it?
What do you mean?
Tom's moving to New York. She isn't the first. One night in Santa Barbara, California, right after he and Daisy got married, Tom ran into a ragman wagon on Ventura Road, and the girl who was with him got the papers too because her arm was broken, and she was one of the chambermaids at the Santa Barbara Hotel.
Why does Daisy put up with him?
Maybe you're the one meant to help her.
Miss Baker?
Yes,
Mr. Gatsby would like to have a word with you. Alone.
with me.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Think about what I just told you. Please, come see me. Baltimore. Under there, Miss Sigourney Howard, my aunt.
He's a very famous person.
Yes, I know.
And the name is Mr. Gatsby. He's a fine fellow, isn't he? Handsome to look at, and a perfect gentleman, huh?
Yes,
He's in Oxford now.
so I've heard.
He went to Oxford College in England. You know Oxford College. It's one of the most famous colleges in the world.
Yes, have you known Mr. Gatsby for a long time.
Several years. I made the pleasure of his acquaintance just after the work. You see, I knew I discovered a man of fine breeding after I talked with him an hour. Then I said to myself, there's the kind of man you'd like to take home and introduce to your mother and sister. But I see you're looking at my coat buttons.
Oh yes, they look like ivory.
Hey, find the specimens of human molars.
Wow, that's an interesting idea there.
Well, I'm going to offer you to young men before I would say my welcome.
There's no need to hurry by.
You're very polite, but I belong to another generation. Enjoy. Discuss your sports and your ladies and your... As for me, I won't impose myself on you any longer.
I hope I didn't offend him. We were talking about his cuff buttons.
He's quite a character around the York. A Denson on Broadway.
Who's he anyhow? An actor?
No.
A dentist?
Meyer Wolfshire. No, he's a gambler. He's the man who fixed the World Series back in 1919.
Fixed the World Series? Now, how did he manage that?
He saw the opportunity.
Why isn't he in jail?
He's a smart man. Smart men are hard to get. Remember, we're going up in that hiding plane, 9 o'clock.
Yes, and I apologize for not recognizing you earlier.
Don't worry, don't give it another thought, old sport. 9 o'clock.
Yes, good night.
Good night, old sport.
To go backstage at 7:40.
Daisy! Daisy! Daisy, where the hell are you? What are you doing down here?
Looking at the party lights.
You know how worried I get when you run off like that.
Do you?
Of course I do. You know me.
I miss the parties.
I know you do. And we'll go again. But right now, Pammy needs you.
I'll be up in a minute.
I said, Pammy needs you.
And I said in a minute.
Fine. Fine, do whatever you like.
You mean like you?
Look. I don't know what the hell's gotten into you. But you know what? Never mind. Just come up before Pammy goes to bed.
It was so much nicer a long time ago. When we had each other and the space around the world was warm.
What's a machine?
It's fantastic.
Thrilling old sport.
Yes, thrilling.
You want to go into town and have some lunch.
Yes, I'm all yours today.
What's your opinion of me?
We've only just met.
Be frank, old sport.
Well, honestly, I've heard all sorts of rumors.
I'm going to tell you something about my life. I don't want you to get the wrong idea from all these stories that you hear. This is the God-honest truth. I'm the son of some wealthy people out from the Midwest, all dead now. I was born in America, but educated in Oxford. It's a family tradition. My whole family has been educated there.
Well, what part of the Midwest?
San Francisco.
I see.
My whole family died and I came to a good deal of money. After that, I lived like a younger Jean in all the capitals of Europe. Paris, Venice, Rome, collecting jewels, chiefly rubies, hunting big game. Painting a little. Things for myself only. Trying to forget a sad thing that happened to me long ago. Then came the world sportsman. It was a great relief. I tried so very hard to die. But I seemed to bear an enchanted life. I accepted commission as first lieutenant in the Argonne Forest. Were you there?
At St. Mihai Sargent.
This was near Souilly. I took 2 machine detachments so far forward there was a half-a-mile gap on either side where the infantry could not advance. We stayed there 2 days and 2 nights. 130 men and 16 release guns. Well, when the infantry finally advanced, they found the insignia of 3 German divisions among the dead. I was promoted to major and decorated by every allied government. Even Montenegro. Little Montenegro on the Adriatic Sea.
Audrey di Denalo, Nicholas Rex, Montenegro.
Turn it over.
Major J. Gatsby for valor extraordinary.
This is something I also always carry with me, a souvenir from my Oxford days. The man on my left is now the Earl of Doncaster.
So it's all true then?
Of course.
I didn't mean it like that, it's just... Why are you telling me all this?
I'm going to make a big request of you today. I thought you ought to know something about me. I didn't want you to think I was just some nobody.
Did you plan all this?
I knew I could trust you. See, I happened to find myself among strangers, drifting from here to there, trying to forget the sad thing that happened to me long ago. You'll be hearing about it this afternoon.
At lunch?
Yes, but not with me. You'll be having lunch with Miss Baker. Oh.
You mean to say you're in love with Miss Baker?
No, old sport, I'm not, but she is kindly consented to speak to you about this matter.
Well, why don't you just tell me yourself?
It's a delicate matter, and I've had to explain it.
Hello, Nick.
Oh, Tom, hello. What are you doing here?
I come here all the time. Where the hell have you been? See, Daisy's furious because you haven't called up.
This is Mr. Gatsby. Mr. Gatsby, Mr. Buchanan.
Sir. What brings you this far down to eat?
I'm having lunch with Mr. Gatsby and Miss Baker.
You behave yourself. Come by and see us at the apartment. We'll have a drink. In the meantime, I have some friends waiting, but it's nice to see you. Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Gatsby.
That's Mr. Thomas Buchanan. He's married to my cousin Daisy.
Yes, look, I hope I haven't made you angry about this business with Miss Baker.
No, I just don't really like working under mysterious circumstances, is all.
It's nothing underhand. You don't make very much money, do you?
No, not yet.
I thought you didn't. You see, I happen to carry a little business on the side, sort of sideline everything. And I figured if you didn't make very much money, then we could sort of...
Hello, boys.
Hello, Jordan.
Miss Baker.
Nick, Jay, did I interrupt something?
Oh, no, please. Sit down. Well, thank you, Miss Baker. Thank you both. If you'll excuse me, enjoy your lunch.
Is he always like this?
He knows what he wants.
Well, it's nice to see you again, even under these mysterious circumstances.
Not that mysterious. Not really.
Well, what's going on?
You know Daisy and I grew up together.
Yeah, she told me.
Daisy Faye, the most popular girl in Louisville. We all envied her. She dressed all in white and had a little white roadster. And all day long, a telephone rang in her house.
If you all behave yourselves, I'll
Spare each of you exactly 1 hour. An exciting officer from Camp Taylor demanded the privilege of monopolizing her nights. Well, one night, I was walking by her house. This was 1917. And she was on the porch dancing with a lieutenant I'd never seen before. They were so engrossed in each other that he didn't even notice me walk by. And he was looking at her in the way that every young girl wants to be looked at. And since the incident seemed so romantic to me, I've remembered it ever since. His name was Jay Gatsby.
Gatsby?
Why, Lieutenant Gatsby? I didn't lay an eye on him for over 4 years. Even after I had met him at one of his parties, I didn't realize it was the same man. Anyway, they became inseparable. Promises were made, and then he left for war. She changed after that, became distraught, withdrawn. I don't know what happened, something to do with her family. She just up and suddenly married Tom Buchanan of Chicago. He arrived with an entourage, and more pomp and circumstance than Louisville ever knew. The day before the wedding, he gave her a string of pearls valued at $350,000. I was a bridesmaid. Half an hour before the bridal dinner, I came into her room and found her lying on the bed as lovely as a June night in her flowered dress.
congratulate me, Jordan.
And as drunk as a monkey. She had a bottle of champagne in one hand and a letter in the other.
Never had a drink before, but oh how I do enjoy it.
I was scared, I could tell you. I had never seen a girl like that before.
Here, dearest, take them downstairs and give them back to whoever they belong to. You tell them all Daisy's changed her mind. Do you hear me? Say Daisy's changed her mind.
I didn't know what to do. I got her into a cold bath.
The dearest heart of all. Do you hear me? The dearest heart of all.
She wouldn't let go of that letter. She took me into the tub with her and only let me leave it in the soap dish when when she saw it was coming to pieces like snow. She didn't say another word. We gave her spirits of ammonia, poked her back into her dress, and put ice on her forehead. And half an hour later, we walked out of the room, pearls around her neck, and the incident over.
What was in the letter?
It was from him.
Gatsby.
He was coming home from the war to marry her.
Then why did she marry
She
Tom?
heard the name Gatsby for the first time in years that first day he was in. Do you remember?
It's quite a coincidence.
But it isn't coincidence at all. Don't you see? Gatsby bought that house to be near Daisy, to be just across the bay from her.
Really?
He wants to know if you'll invite her over to your house an afternoon, and then let him come over.
So you're telling me that he has waited 5 years, even bought a mansion, just to come over to some stranger's cottage one afternoon to have a liaison?
All this time, he's half expected her to wander in one of his parties one night, but she never has. That's why he gives them. He wants her to see her at his house, and what he's created for her. And your house is right next door.
Incredible.
What are you doing?
Well, does Daisy want to see him?
She's not supposed to know about it. Gatsby doesn't want her to know. You're just supposed to invite her to tea, alone, of course.
I'm not sure I'm very comfortable.
Daisy ought to have something in her life. Don't you think?
What about you? What if I invited you to tea?
Ask me. Because I've never seen such beautiful shirts before. Do you think it's possible to reverse time? Erase it. Just erase it and begin again. Do you think it's possible, Jay? You said you'd come back from no matter where you were, and here you are, gleaming like silver. And I said I'd be waiting. Yes, my hair was damp that night. And you, so handsome in your Brooks Brothers uniform, smelling like new goods, and the garden smelling like pine tree and wisteria. And you told me that you loved me, and I thought you were the sweetest person in the whole world. And the music, yes, music everywhere, filling the garden fragrant with our future. And we were golden happy, yes, golden happy. And you trusted me with the dearest heart of all, and it's more than anyone else in the entire world ever has.
Yeah!
This is probably the intermission.
Yep. An intermission indeed.
Y'all.
Wait. Eddie, wait.
No, turn that off. I want to go say hi to some people.
All right, go ahead. Jeez. Oh my God. Yep. Yeah, so far this play's been actually pretty good. I'm actually quite surprised at how good the students are at acting. And this is coming from a big movie buff, you know? This is coming from a huge movie buff. Oh yeah, you can get by here. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'll be showing you more of the show and me and Eddie's final thoughts on it very soon. So stay tuned. Yeah, this is all for extra credit though, but so far I'm really enjoying it.
Fool me, but you can't fool God.
What are you doing, George?
His wife's man, that's what they say. Think I don't hear that? His wife's man. No more, Myrtle. No more!
George, what do you do with my clothes?
We're leaving. Day after tomorrow. As soon as I saw that damn car.
You're crazy.
I found this hidden yesterday in the bureau.
You've got no right.
Do you think I'm stupid, Myrtle?
It's for my
Do you
sister.
think I'm stupid because all I was a garage?
No, George,
I've got things figured out, Myrtle. I'm not stupid.
I never said that.
Coming back with your face all busted up?
Give me back my clothes. You've got no right. I hate you. I've hated every minute with you. What are you gonna do, George? Huh? You gonna beat me? You gonna beat me, George?
Not what I meant, Myrtle. I meant all.
Shut up! Shut up! I hate your voice. It's like a slug crawling in the dirt. I should have left you a long time ago.
Please, Myrtle, don't leave. I'm getting the money just like I promised. Please,
Oh my God.
Myrtle.
He's come back.
Don't leave.
Oh my God, he's come back. I'm here. I'm
Myrtle.
here.
Myrtle! Myrtle! No!
You hear the crash? For the point that's going to show.
M-I-C-A.
No, H. M-I-C-H-A.
What the hell happened here?
H-A.
Listen to me!
Hey! What do you want, fellow?
Just want to know what happened.
Auto hit her. Instantly killed.
What?
She ran out on the road.
Instantly killed?
Some bitch didn't even stop his car.
There was 2 cars. One coming and one going, see?
Going where?
Which direction?
Hold on a minute here.
One going each way. Oh, she ran out there, waving her arms crazy like, shouting at him. Beat me! Throw me down and beat me, but I'm going! And the one from New York knocked right into her. Must have been going 30 or 40 miles an hour.
Hey, what's your relation to him?
I was a diamond, up the road. It was a yellow car, a big yellow car, new.
I know what kind of car it was. You don't have to tell me what kind of car it was.
George!
I know what kind of car it was.
Listen! No! George! No! Look! George! Oh, George! Hey, listen to me! Listen! Pull yourself together. Look! I haven't seen that car all afternoon. Are you listening to me? Look! I was bringing you that car we talked about, remember? The blue one. The coupe. But I haven't seen that car all afternoon. It was not mine.
What's going on over there?
I'm a friend of his. He says he knows the car that did it. It was a yellow car.
What color is your car?
It's a blue car. A coupe.
He's telling the truth. We just came from New York.
Alright. Let's clear this area. Now if you come with me and give me that name again. Correctly this time.
God damn coward! Never even stopped his car!
Let go of me, please. I have to get inside.
It's all right. Everything's going to be all right.
Ruined. It's all ruined. Don't you see?
It's going to be fine. I promise you.
Everything's so confused.
Look, Steve. All of this is my fault. None of this would have happened if I'd handled things right the first time. But now I'm taking care of it.
I just wanted it to be beautiful.
You do believe that I love you. Daisy, look at me. You do believe that I love you.
Yes.
What was said in the hotel doesn't mean a thing. Tom was pressuring you, making you say things you didn't mean.
I'm no good for you.
We're the finest, loveliest, most beautiful person I've ever met.
But what if...
Nothing's going to happen. I want you inside. And go away out here, just in case he tries anything. If he does, I want you to turn the light off and then on again.
Tom won't hurt.
I don't trust him.
But what'll I say? What will I do? You know how I am. I can't hide things. I'll ruin everything.
He knows you're upset. It's okay to be upset. Just don't let him talk you into anything. Don't say anything. Just give me time. Then we'll go away like we planned. We'll go back to Louisville. Get married. Have the life we were meant to have.
It's all I want. It's all I've ever wanted.
You asked me if we could erase time. The answer is yes. I'm erasing it now, right here. The past is erased forever. And now it's only you and me.
Oh my God, he's home.
It's all right, Mike. Just once I know you're safe here tonight, I'll wait for your call home. Our love is all that matters. I'll wait for your call.
Not who dropped you, mistake. There's nothing else we can do tonight. I'll call you a taxi though. In the meantime, George should come in and have some supper.
No thanks. I'd really appreciate if you ordered me the taxi, but I will wait out here.
I don't know what the hell's gotten into you. Daisy's home. Come by and see us if you think.
Are you sure you won't come in here?
No thanks.
It's only 9:30. Might as well make the best of it.
Is it true?
What?
What Tom said about your tournament.
What's that got to do with anything?
They said you moved your ball from a bad lie. That's how you won.
People say all sorts of things when you're famous.
But I read about it, and the caddy retracted his statement. Did you buy him off?
Nick, you're one of the few honest people I know. That's why I like you. Come on in.
Goodbye, Jordan.
Goodbye? Like that? You're throwing me over?
I just need to go home.
You're throwing me over for a rumor?
I just need some time to think.
Fine! Be a coward! Run away. I don't give a damn about you anyway. But hey, at least it was kind of a new experience. Do you remember the conversation we had earlier about driving a car?
Yes, what about it?
You said a bad driver was only safe until she met another bad driver. Well, I guess I met a bad driver, didn't I? I mean, I shouldn't have been so careless of me. I thought you were different, Nick. I thought you were an honest, straightforward person. I thought it was your secret pride.
Jordan, I am 30. I am 5 years too old to lie to myself and call it honor.
Goodbye, Nick.
Hello, Nick. Jay. Oh, Jesus. What are you doing here?
Just standing here on sport. See any trouble on the road?
Yes.
Was she killed?
Yes.
I thought so. I told Daisy I thought so. It's best the shock come all at once. She said it pretty well. We got to West Egg by a sidewalk. I don't think we were seen, but of course I can't be sure. Who was the woman?
Her name was Myrtle Wilson. Her husband owned the garage. Would you mind telling me what the hell happened?
I grabbed the wheel from Daisy and tried to...
Daisy! Daisy was driving!
Yes, but of course I'll say I was.
I just assumed...
She was nervous when she left the hotel. She said it would help steady her nerves to drive. Well, right as we were passing an oncoming car, it all happened in a second. But it seemed like she knew who we were, like she was trying to talk to us. Well, first Daisy turned towards the other car. Then she lost her nerve and turned the other way. It must have killed her instantly.
It ripped her open, for Christ's
I
sake!
don't want to know.
Why didn't you stop? Why didn't you get some help?
I tried to make Daisy stop, but she couldn't. I pulled the emergency brake, but... And she fell over my lap and asked to be taken home.
You've got to go to the police.
I can't do that.
Tell them it was an accident.
I'm going to fix everything.
Gatsby, you can't hide a car like that. There are eyewitnesses, and then they'll trace it back to you and find out that Daisy was driving.
I won't let that happen, and neither will you. She'll be okay here tonight. I want to stay just in case.
I want to catch my taxi. You had better come home with me.
I would like to stay.
Gatsby,
Good night, old sport.
I don't understand you people.
You should drink a cup of coffee, George. Come on, until you can...
I have a way of finding out. A couple months ago, she came back and her face all busted up and her nose swollen. Oh my God, he killed her.
Who did?
I have a way of finding out.
This has been a strain to you, George, and you don't know what you're saying.
He murdered her.
It was an accident, George.
I'm one of these trusting fellas. I don't think no harm to nobody. But when I get to know something, I know it. She just ran out to talk to him, and he just wouldn't stop.
How could she have been like that?
She's a T1. I took her to the window and said, God sees what you've been doing, everything you've been doing. I said, you can fool me, but you can't fool God. You know? Because God sees everything.
turned out the light.
I really wish you'd get away, Jay. Up to Atlantic City, or even Montreal, just for a week.
I can't leave Daisy.
Why won't you listen to me?
I owe an apology, Nick.
I don't care.
I owe you an apology for some lies. James Gatz. That's really, or at least legally, my name. We're cousins, Nick, you and I. Two boys out from the Midwest, come east to make our fortunes. My parents were farm people. Good, honest, but poor. So I invented that sort of J. Gatsby that any 17-year-old boy would, and went east to make my fortune. Then I met Daisy. Of course, I expected her to throw me over. After all, what did I have to give? Some poor farm boy. But she didn't. Because she is in love with me, and now I have her again.
Thank you.
For what?
Oh, I think it's about 12 minutes to my train, and I don't want to be late, so, I don't really want to go to work, though, but, I'll call you up. Huh?
Want to know something funny? I haven't used the pool all summer.
I really wish you'd get away, Jay.
I know. You've been a good friend, Nick. I appreciate it. Daisy will call, don't you think? After all, we made promises to each other.
Yes.
Well, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Oswald.
Gatsby. They're a rotten crowd, and you are worth the whole damn bunch of them put together.
I'm gonna see all of them.
I remember the rest of that day, and that night and the next day, only as an endless drill of police and photographers and newspapermen. Most of the reports about Gatsby were a nightmare. They were grotesque, circumstantial, eager, and untrue. I found myself on Gatsby's side and alone. No one else cared. No one. Where are all the party people now? Called Daisy to see how she's taking it, and her and Tom had left that afternoon, leaving no return address. Just wanted to get somebody for him. I just wanted him to know that somebody cared. I went over to where his body lay, and I knelt beside him, and I told him, "Don't you worry, Gatsby. I'll get somebody for you. Just trust me, and I'll get somebody for you."
I can't do it. I can't get mixed up in it.
But you were his closest friend.
I raised them up out of nothing, right out of the gutter.
The funeral's this afternoon.
I'd like to come.
Then come.
But I can't. When a man dies, I'd never like to get mixed up in it anyway. You know, I keep out.
He'd want you there.
Mr. Caraway, let us learn to show our friendship for a man when he is alive, and not when he's dead. Huh?
The day of the funeral, Nobody came. Daisy never sent a message. Not even a flower. It was about 5 o'clock on a late October afternoon. I was walking along Fifth Avenue. And just as I slowed to avoid overtaking Tom and Daisy, Tom suddenly saw me.
Hello, Nick. What, you object to shaking my hand?
You know what I think of you. What did you tell Wilson that night?
I told him the truth. He came to my house. He was crazy enough to kill me if I didn't tell him who did it. His hand was on a loaded revolver in his pocket. And so what if I told him? And Gatsby had it coming to him. He ran over Myrtle like you would run over a dog. He never even stopped his car.
You were always my favorite cousin, Nick.
You're careless people! You smash up things and creatures and you drink to your vast money or your vast carelessness or whatever the hell it is that keeps you sane! And then you let other people clean up the messes that you've made.
Needless to say, I couldn't forgive any of them. After Gatsby's death, the East became haunted to me, distorted. It was time to go back home, back west where the blue smoke of brittle leaves stirs in the air and the laundry is blown stiff on the line. As I brooded in all this, I thought of Gatsby's wonder when he first picked out the green light, the end of Daisy's dock. He had come so far from this blue lawn and this huge failure of a house. His dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us in, but that's no matter, for tomorrow we will run faster and stretch out our arms farther. And one fine morning, so we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.